A settlement agreement is reached between 7 survivors of childhood sexual abuse, Catholic priests, and the Maine Diocese.
Yeah, the financial terms and other details of that settlement remain confidential. But CBS 13's Brad Rogers is joining us live in the studio with a little bit more.
And Brad, attorneys for the 7 survivors say the settlements represent a significant milestone for them.
It does, Dan and Katie. One survivor says he hopes this settlement sends a message to every survivor that their voice and their truth matter, and that institutions like the Catholic Church must be held accountable when they fail to protect the people they serve.
It was a pretty tough childhood.
Keith Amato was in first grade, living with his family on the Canadian border, when a Catholic priest abused him.
Keith is 49 years old today. When he was 6 years old, living in Van Buren, Keith was groomed and abused by a Catholic priest who had been brought into his community.
Abuse that required surgeries on his abdomen. At 10, Keith's mother died. After that, foster care, homelessness, and years of depression, anxiety, and substance use disorder, lasting until his 30s.
Not until I got clean and actually did some work on myself did I actually understand what had happened, because I was always lied to.
Attorney Kristen Murray James spoke for another of the 7 abuse survivors who agreed to a settlement with the Maine Diocese.
Timothy Goodry is another survivor of clergy sexual abuse. He does not want the details of his abuse shared.
She read a letter from his wife, Casey.
The memories of my husband's childhood abuse were waiting inside him. I demand justice and accountability for the cowards who abused innocent children and the institutions who protect their reputations over kids.
In a statement, Portland Diocese Bishop James Ruggieri says even though pending cases no longer have legal standing based on the Maine law court ruling, the diocese recognizes that the harm caused by sexual abuse is not erased with time. My heart goes out to anyone who has suffered abuse. The diocese will continue to investigate every report and offer counseling and support to those who come forward. Keith Amato says the settlement money doesn't matter to him. What he wants and is still waiting for is recognition and an apology from the Portland Diocese.
They promised me a letter of acknowledgement, and I still haven't received that, and that's the only things I really wanted, is for them to, say they were sorry.
Last year, the Maine Supreme Judicial Court struck down the 2021 law that lifted the statute of limitations for civil child abuse cases. The 7 survivors who agreed to the settlement were not impacted by that ruling. Their cases could have been litigated. Katie?
All right, an emotional day, Brad. Thank you. And the Maine Coalition Against Sexual Assault has a helpline available if you or someone you know has been a victim of abuse. The number to call is 1-800-871-7741. The call is free, private, and someone will be there to answer 24/7.